my Storytimers, and welcome back to Storytime with Sarah Ann, Stories for Children, Christmas special. We are on day 6 of our Advent. How are you, buddy? Are you ready to open the next story to see what we're reading today? Let's go. This is exciting. Today we are going to be reading the Tale of Little Rudi. If you have a copy, go and grab it and we can read along together. Do we have our listening ears ready? Let's go. The Tale of Little Rudi, written by Alison and Michael Battle, illustrated by Stephen Millingen. High up on the snowy hills of Lapland is where the reindeer call their home. It is also the home of Mother Christmas, Father Christmas, and the elves. Once upon a Christmas time, the coldest winter ever known fell over Lapland. The biting north wind blew through the trees and snowflakes whirled and turned in the air. But the reindeer weren't worried. Not at all, for they wore thick coats that kept them warm. They were proud, brave, and strong. But one reindeer didn't feel quite so proud, brave, or indeed strong. Little Rudi felt he was different, and the reason he felt different was, well, as plain as the nose on his face. For, unlike all the other reindeer, whenever little Rudi felt shy, embarrassed, or just plain foolish, which in truth was much of the time, his nose would blush bright red. Not just a sweet, gentle, rosy red, but a brilliant, bright, glowing red. Every day, little Rudi would stare at his reflection in the mirrored lakes of Lapland and cry, oh, why does my nose blush red when everyone else's cheeks do instead? I don't like being the odd one out with my embarrassing, glowing, bright red snout. And oh dear, the problems it caused him. His glowing nose meant he was always the first to be found playing hide and seek. His glowing nose attracted pecking birds who thought it was a rosy red apple. His glowing nose kept the other reindeer awake at night. But the more little Rudi tried to stop it, the brighter his nose would glow. As Christmas Eve drew near, a freezing, icy fog descended on the Lapland village. The elves hurried here and scurried there to finish their work in time. But as busy as they were, the elves still found time to greet little Rudi, for he was the dearest of dears. And no elf loved him more than his best friend Glow, who was as kind and gentle as he. Little Rudi watched on wistfully as Glow prepared the brave, strong reindeer for Christmas. He wished he could be chosen as part of Father Christmas's sleigh team, but with his embarrassing, blushing nose, he knew this could never be. That night, little Rudi couldn't sleep. Tossing and turning as the north wind howled, he suddenly had an idea. The following day was Christmas Eve. Before anyone else was awake, little Rudi crept off into the forest. The freezing fog curled around the trees, making it difficult to see. But little Rudi knew where he was heading. Clip-clopping further into the forest, he stopped at the deepest, muddiest puddle he could find. He closed his eyes, held his breath, and then dipped his nose into the oozy mud. Splash, splosh, splish. Little Rudi didn't come out until the silky brown mud had completely covered his nose. His shiny red snout had disappeared. Now it wasn't glowing or shining. It was a perfect brown, just like all the other reindeer. Pleased that his plan had worked, little Rudi proudly held his new nose high as he trotted back through the forest, trying his best to see which path to take in the swirling fog Soon he saw Pixie Mixie. She was taking a batch of freshly made oatcakes to the reindeer sleigh team. Energy for their big night ahead. But Pixie Mixie didn't spot the little brown deer. "Oh dear, I can't see where to go," she cried. "If only little Rudi were here with his bright red nose and friendly cheer." Trotting on further, little Rudi saw Conker, who was looking for his juggling ball. But Conker didn't spot the little brown deer. "Oh dear, I can't see where my ball has gone," he cried. "If only little Rudi were here with his bright red nose and friendly cheer." Oh. Little Rudi trotted on. Soon he came to the forge where Ambolt the elf-smith was trying to make a shoe for one of the reindeer. But he didn't spot the little brown deer. "Ouch! I can't see what I'm doing," cried Ambolt. "Oh, if only little Rudi were here with his bright red nose and friendly cheer." Oh. Little Rudi felt sad that the elves would no longer recognise him, and sadder still that he couldn't help them. And he didn't like that feeling, not one bit. Just then, two red-faced visitors stumbled through the foggy clearing. It was Father Christmas and Mother Christmas. Oh dear, has anyone seen little Rudi?" cried Father Christmas, all of a fluster. "We've searched mountains high, valleys low, and everywhere in between, but we can't find him anywhere." "Nor can we," cried Pixie Mixie, Conker and Ambolt. "We haven't seen him all day." "Where are you, little Rudi? We need you." Slowly and gingerly, the shy young deer stepped out from behind a tree. Glow knew at once who it was. "Little Rudi!" she cried, rushing to her friend. "Why have you hidden your beautiful red nose?" A big sad tear trickled down little Rudi's muzzle. When it reached his nose, it traced a winding line through the mud before splashing to the ground. Glow wiped the rest of the mud away. Little Rudi's red nose burst back into sight and shone like a blazing torch through the fog. "Hooray! Hooray!" "Little Rudi, thank goodness we found you," said Father Christmas, relieved. "Compass, the Pathfinder elf, says tonight will be the foggiest Christmas Eve ever. So foggy that I won't be able to see where to deliver the children's toys." But Mother Christmas had a marvellous idea. "Find little Rudi," she said. "He's the help you need." "Little Rudi," continued Father Christmas in a soft voice, "will you let your nose be the light I need tonight to guide my sleigh through the foggy Christmas skies?" The little deer looked confused. Glow hugged him. "Little Rudi, you have a special gift, and it's not just a nose that brushes blithely. You bring joy to all who know you. You see, it's our differences that make us special. And you are very special indeed." Little Rudi could hardly believe his ears. His nose started to glow. Brighter and brighter and brighter. But this time, it was not glowing with embarrassment. Now little Rudi's nose was blushing with pride. The end. That's all we have time for today. It's Storytime with Sarah Ann, Christmas special. Hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.